The First War for the Creator and Destiny. Since the events of the First Great War happened aeons of years ago, and only vague traditions of the Aeterna are known, an accurate description and reconstruction of the events are not guaranteed. I have seen the rise and fall of empires, birth and extinction of entire species. For countless thousands of years, the stupidity of mortals was the only prevailing constant in the universe. Fate Guardian Asatron, King of the Aeterna. From their homeworld of Irdor, the Aeterna, led by King Asatron and his mistress Sarantha, traveled to countless worlds and fought the enemies there. This threatened the natural order of the universe. At that time, all the Aeterna were united under a single banner, and they called themselves the Fate Guardians. They were named this because the Aeterna knew how to read the magical threads of destiny of the worlds, and thus how to recognize their predestination. They used magical portals to travel between different worlds. Then they created a mighty empire in the course of millennia. When the Aeterna's armed forces reached the world of Finn, where the continent of Nehrim lies today, they discovered a great evil in the threads of destiny of the world that even the Aeterna themselves could not eliminate. At first, King Asatron was only concerned about the existence of the world and its existing predestination. Then, however, followed serious self-doubt, doubts about his task. He fell into a deep depression. Eventually, Asatron lost his faith in his mission and in the whole world order. He came to the conclusion that only chaos and devastation could be the prevalent parameters in the universe. He realized that, in his mind, the universe had a fundamental flaw that made it impossible for him to reach his final destination. The current situation was hopeless, despite all efforts. The universe must be completely destroyed and remade without fundamental defects. Only then could true order be achieved. So he changed his approach and created from his people, the Aeterna, a huge army, and led them into a devastating war against the universe. Instead of protecting the worlds, he began to enslave them and destroy them. To achieve this goal, he concentrated the magic flows in the world using Nexus crystals, making them collapse like a house of cards. The Aeterna who fought for him were promised a position in the government, and in the universe he recreated. His mistress Sarantha did not recognize him anymore for his change in behavior. In her mind, the universe could only be preserved by maintaining the natural order by the rule of the Lightborn. She tried numerous times to convince Asatron, but his determination was greater than ever. Asatron's power was strong enough to save him from the fall, but it did not protect him from the madness. When his army had involved the entire universe in a galactic war, Sarantha ultimately turned against her love and fled with a legion of Aeterna from the world of Irdor, even though they knew that they could never stop her lover alone. She found help from another nation that was also scattered over the entire universe. They were the Star People. With their superior technology, they traveled the worlds in their huge starships. The Star People, called dwarves by the humans, assembled their entire fleet with Sarantha's help to attack Asatron's troops. The Star People knew well that a victory over Asatron would seal their own existence. There was a final battle in the world of Finn. The people there confronted Asatron's troops with an exceptionally strong resistance and repulsed the first attack of the Aeterna. This enraged Asatron, who collected his whole army and marched back into the world of men. Sarantha came with her Aeterna and the Star People to help the human world, but this assistance would not be enough to halt the army. The Star People's Star Fleet destroyed a large part of Asatron's army, but was not strong enough to withstand the forces of steel and magic. The starships fell to the magic of the Aeterna like stones from the sky, and the Star People were henceforth trapped on Finn. In their despair at the loss of the universe, the Star People flung the Star Waram, that was once their home world, onto Finn. Both armies were burned by the fire, and the world of Finn was shaken to the core. Continents shattered, and new ones were created. Thus arose the rugged mountains of Nehrim, and the crater in which the Middle Realm is to be found. Since that day, the surviving Star People have been trapped without a starship in the world of Finn. Azatron lost his physical form, and Sarantha imprisoned her weakened lover in a place outside time and space, in a magical prison where he is supposedly still carving out his existence in nothingness, neither dead nor alive. What became of Sarantha is not exactly recorded. They say the Alliath, the creators of the threads of destiny, in gratitude for the salvation of the universe, have chosen her for a greater purpose for the creator in destiny.